Hi, and today we're going to be talking about this guy. Does anybody know what this is? It is a beaver, and you can find them here in North America. And I want you to just look at it. What do you notice about its body? What does it have on its body? We're going to be talking about the amazing physical adaptations that a beaver has to help them survive. So what does that mean? Basically what that means is, what does the beaver have on its body to help it survive in its habitat? Its habitat is a wetland, pond, lake, so it's going to be water, swimming in water, eating in the water, spending most of its time in the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn Ryan here into a beaver. So what does Ryan need to have on his body to become Ryan the beaver? Think about this. The first thing you're probably thinking of, or one of the things you're thinking of, is fur. So we're going to get fur on Ryan here. Now, the fur is going to help it to live in its habitat several different ways. One, it's going to help it keep it nice and warm, right? That water is pretty cold, so nice and warm. Also, look at the color. It's brown, so it's going to help it to adapt and camouflage in its habitat. And also, beavers have two different layers of fur. They have a soft layer on top, and then if you were to go down, further down, you actually feel, no wait, I take that back. Let me start over again. It has a rough fur on top to help protect it. If you go underneath a little bit, it's nice and soft to help keep it warm. So it has a kind of a coarse top and a soft at the bottom. All right, what else does he need? Probably thinking tail, right? Because everyone knows about beaver tail. Here is Ryan's beaver tail. Okay, Ryan, turn around. Okay. All right, so gonna tie this around him. And ta-da! He has a beaver tail. Now, you can turn back around. Now, what do beavers have? A tail. Why do they have a tail? Any ideas? There's 3 specific ideas I'm thinking about to help them survive in their habitat. One is, so that, say Ryan, pretend like you're chewing a tree, right? This tail is gonna help support or balance him while he's chewing on that tree, so he doesn't fall backwards. So for one is for balance on the ground. All right, that's good, thanks. The next one is, it helps him to steer, right? So turn back around. Now, moving the tail side to side, it's gonna help him steer in the water, just like a boat rudder or a paddle. It's gonna help him steer. And the third one is that if there's danger around, he's gonna whack that tail on the ground, whack! And that's gonna make a huge splash, and it's gonna tell all the other beavers, get out, danger's here. But you know what, I also saw a video a few weeks ago where there was a young moose in the wetland where the beavers were. And the beavers had put their winter food in the mud in the water. And this moose was like, hey, there's some free food in the water. So the moose went over and walked. Again, young moose doesn't really know what's going on yet. Walked over there. And the beaver had none of it. The beaver was splashing in the water. And it wasn't to tell everyone there's danger. It was to get that moose away, right? And the moose was like, okay, fine. All right, and the moose slowly went away. So the beaver's tail has lots of different purposes. What else? What else do you need to have to survive in the water? When you go swimming, do you wear these a lot? Right, put those on, Ryan. Ryan's gonna put on his goggles because get this, beavers have 2 different eyelids. They have the eyelids like you and I have, but underneath that, they have a clear eyelid, kind of like built-in goggles. So they can have this eyelid open, and then they can have that clear eyelid so they can be swimming in the water and see where they're going and they don't get water in their eyes, just like the goggles, just like you guys wear when you go swimming. What else do you think? What are beavers known for, right? They're known for their tails. They're also known for their orange teeth, right? So they got 2 front orange teeth on the top, 2 on the bottom. It's orange, but on the back, it's actually white. This orange is their enamel, just like the enamel that we have on our teeth. But ours are clear, theirs are orange. Hopefully this will stay on. All right. Does that feel good? Is it gonna stay on? No?
Slipping.
Slipping, okay. Okay, so he's got orange teeth for chopping down the trees and for chopping off the inner bark for food. Now this beaver has to constantly be chewing, because if it does not keep chewing, the teeth are going to keep growing and growing just like our nails. So they can't go to the salon and get them all cut up, right? No, they have to have the wood to be able to keep them at a certain length. Okay, now, oh, you know what? What else is going to help you swim? Besides your tail, you are going to need flippers, right? Just like you would wear flippers in the pool or go swimming, beavers have webbed feet, just like ducks do, to help them pull that water as they're swimming, okay? So we're going to put on webbed feet on Ryan. You won't be able to see them. That's okay. You know they're there. All right. What else does Ryan need to help him survive in the water? Now, he's got all these goggles here so that water will not get into his eyes. But could the water get into his ears? Could the water get into his mouth and his nose? Beavers have built-in earplugs. There's a flap that goes over their ear. So when they go down the water, they use their clear goggles and they use their nice little ear flap. Well, Ryan's actually, oh, I know.
It's good enough.
Nope, just like this.
Oh.
There we go. All right, so Ryan has ear flaps to cover up his ears so that water cannot go in. But I see 2 more holes here that are not covered up. So beavers have built-in nose plug, right? Some swimmers, like swimmers who do it professionally or swim a lot, or divers that have these nose plugs so they don't get water in their nose. So we're gonna put this, adjust that nose plug on Ryan. We still have 1 more hole opened. We're not gonna do anything with it, but when they are swimming with logs or branches or twigs, and they're swimming and their mouth is opened to be able to hold that, and they're in the water. So they actually have a flap in their mouth that closes so water does not get in. So they have clear eyelids, an ear flap, a nose flap, and a mouth flap. Now there's one last thing we didn't talk about. They have really big claws, and they use their claws to scrape mud so that they can pack it on their lodges or their dams to stick the wood together. They do not use their tails to pat down the mud. They use their hands, but they use their claws for digging up that mud. So Ryan has his claws here. I'm going to put these on and show everybody your claws. Okay? Don't show them this one. There. Okay, so looks like Ryan the beaver is all ready to go. He's got his fur, got his tail, his claws, his teeth for chopping down the wood and chewing wood, his ear flaps, his nose flap, and his eye flap. All right, let's give Ryan a big round of applause. Woo, thank you. And so hopefully you guys will join me for part 2 of the beavers. The next video is going to be where I'm going to pull out beaver skull, beaver tooth, beaver claw, and a whole bunch of beaver chew. So hopefully you'll join me for part 2. Thanks.